I'll call the meeting to order. Thank you, staff, for being here. I'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a approval of the agenda. I'll move it in a second. Jack, second. Any additions or corrections? All in favor of approval of the agenda, signify by saying aye.
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 The ayes have declared approved. Okay, we're continuing our discussion of superintendent's goals. I've passed out for you several papers. The first is a summary of the areas that we went over the self-evaluation. I added one. It's number 18. I don't know why we missed it. Our board has established a schedule for reviewing policies, roles, and alignment. That is being done at the last meeting, but I wanted on our thing, we had 3 strongly agreed and 2 strongly disagreed, that our board was reviewing the policies for relevance and alignment with state policy of West Virginia code. I just put it down so that it's reflected that there of the 2 strongly disagreed, but at the last board meeting, or the one before, the last board meeting, we set up a 3-year schedule to do that. And I just wanted to, for the record, to show that we were being sensitive for that matter. The other is a list from Bowles Rice from one of our training, the duties of the county superintendent. And that'll be part of the discussion if there's any question there. And then finally, Damon sent in some goals that he would like to see us discuss and incorporate into the goals. Finally, I didn't pass this out, but we have already established that we will have basically a town hall type meeting, 4 meetings, visiting the 4 high schools. And I think I have 2 things here, Melissa. Once a month, we visit community meetings, or do we have just 4 meetings? That was my question. Melissa?
Yeah, so I was only thinking one a marking period, not one a month, just one a marking period.
One a marking period, okay, and that would be that would dovetail along with the 4 high schools then. All right. Since we are discussing the superintendent's goals and objectives, this is an executive session matter because we will, once we establish those goals, then we will come out and do it. But the law under 6984 paragraph B allows us to go into executive session, unless the superintendent wants to do this out there. Okay, go into executive session. Okay. Motion and second. Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we go into executive session for this item 4.1. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, and nay. Ayes have it, declare the motion adopted. We will go into executive session. We came out at 4:48. We had on the agenda future work sessions. We have one scheduled. We were waiting for Robin. She was willing to do it earlier, but she wasn't prepared, and to the extent that, she was going to do part of it. I said, no, we need to hear it all at the same time. So that's the future work session I have. Ron, did you have any that you thought we should have?
Yes. I just wanted to throw these out there. And these are not necessarily, I have one that's a little time sensitive. But I do have some other just to put on your radar for us to be thinking about this fall. So first of all, I would like to, school's starting. Everything is fresh. I'd like to get a work session with our project manager from McKinley to come in here and say, these are the projects that we've started. Here's our plan. Here's the handoff, the transition for the athletic properties or athletic facilities. I'd just like a work session for him to be able to answer questions, and
I'd like that.
it doesn't have to be anything major, just a catch-up work session, more of an informal setting. And he is going to be in the county next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. So he said that he would be available 3 to 5, because I told him that was our window when we're looking at work sessions. He said he could make himself available on either day, Tuesday or Wednesday, from 3 to 5. If we wanted to have a work session just for that. Now, maybe he tells you what's going on, you ask your questions that were done in 40 minutes, or maybe it lasts from 3 to 5. But I told him that it would not last past 5 o'clock.
Wednesdays are best for me.
Okay. Wednesday, all right with you?
Yeah.
I think,
Melissa said
said-
it's okay.
yeah. She
okay,
said as long as it's in the afternoon,
Yeah.
she should be fine.
She said 3 was
Okay.
good. Damon?
Damon?
Yeah, it should be fine. Just
Okay,
on the
Wednesday,
day.
3 to 5,
Wednesday should,
okay, and, 3 to 5, okay. We're good for that, okay, go ahead.
Okay, and that is John Jeffress, who is our project manager, and I just think that I'd like to get more regular time for him to be able to come in. He's going to be able to tell you. We just discussed when we're going to bid out a whole variety of projects. We're going to be bidding things September, October, November, and then actually beginning of spring. He's already got some plans to get those out. So I just thought it'd be good for you guys to hear that.
So next Wednesday at 3?
Next Wednesday at 3.
Now, Ron, that mediation Friday or Thursday?
I'll put your calendar up.
I think it's during the week.
I think it's
I thought
Wednesday
it
or
was
Thursday.
so did we say next Wednesday, 3 to 5?
Okay, hold on a second. The
Okay.
nurses mediation, now when I talked to Kim, she said we didn't have to set it now. But they're
Oh,
going to
okay.
do nurses mediation. The last I had was starting at 2 on that Wednesday.
Okay, she said we didn't have to be in it?
Well, she said that her plan was to respond to their
Oh, yeah, she did
things,
say that.
and she was gonna do
Okay.
all of that. I will double check with
Yeah,
her.
just double check, because, that might.
Or you all can
And
just,
was it Wednesday?
They had a targeted date
I
of
think it
Wednesday. I don't think there was anything concrete.
Yeah, I think what they were gonna exchange information among the lawyers and then discuss their own thing.
But remember, they said that we didn't all need to be together, and
Yeah, exactly, but I didn't know if we needed to be there.
we had offered that, and they were like, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
all
what they
I need to
said.
know. Yeah, well, ask her again if you
Okay.
know.
No, I don't mind.
okay,
So next,
Hold on. Damon, yes, your answer was August 30th. You guys forgot.
yes,
I'm sorry, Damon.
Wednesday, August 30th?
yes.
Gotcha.
You got that, Damon? You,
Yes, August 30th at 3 o'clock.
okay.
Okay,
Do we have 3 people who can be present?
I should be, if David can, I can.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
okay, the next, I had 3 others. We talked about Robin. So whenever you guys are ready, she said that she feels like she could be ready. So she is just waiting on us to tell her when, and she's ready to go.
Do you all want to go ahead and schedule Robin now?
Might as well.
Would you like to go on the sixth? I'll tell you why we should go on the sixth with Robin, because some of the things we talked about for goals would probably help us benefit in establishing the goals for Ron if we went ahead and went on the sixth. And then these items that are academic oriented, we might have more clarification on the goals. So let's go on 3 o'clock to 5 with Robin Lopez
On what day?
on the sixth. We'll have a board meeting on the 5th, Tuesday, and then we'll have a work session with Robin Lopez. We have,
I'm in South Carolina both days. I'm in South Carolina both days.
okay, so on
The fifth and the
the
sixth.
5th and the 6th, okay.
The whole
So
week.
Damon, can you be here on the 6th for a quorum?
Yeah, I can be there on the 6th. I won't be able to be there on the 30th. But I can be there on the
Okay.
6th.
All right,
Yeah,
okay,
I'll be here though.
Okay.
I got your text.
okay, we got you both covered then. Okay, Robin Lopez on the 6th. Now, we have the deadline of having the goals for Ron by the 15th. So I think we can get that done. We'll get
Well,
that
he
done.
might even be able to give them to us on the sixth.
Yeah,
I'm hoping to get something put together, may have to you next week.
yeah.
So we wouldn't need
Yeah,
another
hopefully.
meeting for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay, we're just gonna let them all be paid per meeting.
Okay.
Okay, we're not gonna run any of it together. So,
Okay,
okay, go ahead, Ron.
so, Robin is the 6th. And it has been past practice that I think is a good practice to have some budget sessions to discuss, you know, how things look, how things are planned, and those kinds of things. Just, yeah, I think it may be too early to schedule a time for that right now, but just to be thinking, that I think that there were 2 or 3 of those sessions each fall to
Yeah.
get together.
Okay.
So,
You wanna make it the end of the month, 27th?
I thought he said it's too early to get that.
I don't, it's up to you all, but
Give me
I,
a second, I can go back and see when we typically are looking at them. You guys can talk, I'll find
so
it.
while she's looking that up, the other thing is, a legislative, our legislative education collaboration work session that we would normally do with our legislators.
Now, did we do that before we met with them? Did we meet?
Last year,
We had a preliminary meeting, I think.
I was saying, I think
I think
Senior
it
staff
piggybacked
met.
on, I think it, senior staff met
Then
and
they
we
presented
piggybacked
to
on
you
one of the finance or budget work
Something.
sessions.
I think it was a work session with more than one.
Okay.
I think we piggybacked on one of those work sessions to talk about.
I think, what I don't want us to do is have a meeting with the legislators. And the board's getting the information at the same time the legislators are, and
I don't think we've ever,
well, it happened in the.
did it? Okay. all right.
Last year, I know we had one prior to determine what we were gonna present to
Yeah.
the
Okay.
legislators.
And I think we can continue to do that. I had a conversation with Mike Hornby, actually Jess did. And he suggested the last week of October.
Sounds good.
We don't have a regular meeting the last week of October.
Talking about the 25th.
No, the week of Halloween in November, that crossover, there's 5 Mondays that week, or in October, so we don't have a meeting that week.
So the 25th is, if we're setting up work sessions from 3 to 5, the 25th would be that
Or
that
November
work session
1st.
time.
Is that
Or,
Monday?
or say it again.
Or November 1st, if you're sticking with a Wednesday.
Or November 1st.
I'm just saying we have that, a regular session, a regular meeting on the 23rd. So we have that week in between where we have some off time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Maybe November 1st would be better.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm just asking.
I'll touch base with Mike and see if there's a better time for some of the legislators before we
Yeah.
nail down something.
But it would be one of those 2 days, just to let everybody know. That was all that I have.
As far as budgets, it looks like we didn't start discussing typically until February.
But we were talking earlier, we need to start earlier because of COVID cutbacks. So,
I think that we may have skipped a budget session last year in the fall because of the bond, all the bond visits.
I'm going back, it looks like the earliest we've done is February, unless it's
But it
before
would
we
be
did
good,
more docs.
it'd be good to see where we are. Because we're gonna have a tough spring this year. Okay. So try to schedule a budget in November. Everything in November. Try
We're
to,
having a meeting on the first,
yeah,
and then, you know, you have Labor Day, and then you have Veterans Day, and then you
yeah,
have,
it's a short month.
Hmm.
Well, try to schedule the budget in October. October question. All right. Okay. Damon, thank you for coming in. We're 1 minute after 5. I apologize for the tardiness there. And I'll run off a copy of my notes. If any of you want to do this real quick, and then
We need a motion, Pat.
So-
Adjourn.
I make
Thank you,
a
Jackie.
oh, motion adjourned. Okay, we got it. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
motion.
Aye, we're good. Thank you. Sorry about that.